Jurassic World Rebirth proved this year that Chris Pratt is a star. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, Don, Chris Pratt wasn't in Jurassic World Rebirth. I know, because a Jurassic World Rebirth isn't going to make $1 billion. Chris Pratt was in the first 3 Jurassic World movies, none of which were, any better than Rebirth, but those all went on to make well over $1 billion. Chris Pratt also has a couple of hit TV shows under his belt, one of which that is even getting a prequel spin-off in Terminal List on Amazon. And while people want to try to lump him into that 4 horsemen of the I won't watch this apocalypse alongside the Rock or Jack Black, Seth Rogen and all that stuff, guys who just simply play themselves on the screen, I never bought into that, because Chris Pratt has screen presence, he has charisma. But I think the reason that he gets lumped into those unsavory groups is because he also has independent thought that runs contrary to a lot of the indoctrination throughout Hollywood. Case in point, Chris Pratt defends some RFK plans. Oh no! He wants people to be healthy and happy and stop being terminally sick. Wow, imagine that. Criticizes polarized views. Be reasonable. Yeah, exactly. He was on, of all people, Bill Maher's podcast. Now, I've talked about, Bill Maher time and time again. I think a lot of boomers come around and go, oh, see, he's one of the sensible liberals that are out there. But I don't know, cast your mind back to when he was talking about tanking the economy so Trump wouldn't get reelected in 2020. Bill Maher is a chameleon hack, never forget it. But Chris Pratt is defending his extended family member, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and tackling entrenched partisan political beliefs. Now, the Marvel and Jurassic World star was asked about RFK Jr. while appearing on Bill Maher's Club Random podcast, and spoke warmly about the controversial Health and Human Services Secretary Pratt's wife, Katherine Schwarzenegger, is RFK Jr.'s cousin. Okay, so that's the link right there. Certain things that RFK Jr. oversees that seem to be supported in a bipartisan way, like getting terrible toxic stuff out of our kids' food, Pratt said. And I think that's a great thing. If you do just that, that's amazing. I'd hate to be so mired in hatred for the president that any success from his administration is something I'd be having an allergic reaction to be like, oh, well, if they do that, I don't want that to happen. I'll put Clorox in my children's cereal myself. Be reasonable here. There are certain things that would be a good thing to have. I want all of them to be successful. Wow. And he's catching 7 shades of shit for this. Yeah, exactly. Okay, because here's the thing. If you go back, it's even back when I was live streaming in 2023, which I would like to get back to, I just really need to carve out the time. But anyways, I do like me some RFK. He is a little bit wonky on certain issues. He does like to grab his ankles for a certain country in the Middle East a little bit harder and a little bit deeper than I would like. But at this point in time, that's basically every politician. So of course, you got to take the good with the bad. And when it comes to his health issues, I mean, I've been lockstep with him for a very long time on that one, even before I even knew he was such a strong advocate for this stuff. So yeah, I want them all to be successful, even during the malevolent reign of, Biden and Harris. I wanted them to be successful. I thought that they were terrible, awful people, but I did want them to have a successful presidency. It wasn't. It was in fact detrimental not just to America, but to the entire world, and we're still feeling the consequences of that, but I still wanted them to be successful. It's a very measured, reasonable, and, honestly, it's the majority position. It's just the fringe weirdos with the loudest megaphones that are against this. RFK Jr. has made reducing ultra-processed foods and environmental toxins from food a priority in his Make America Healthy Again initiative, while citing an increase in chronic diseases during childhood. Well, yeah, exactly. Have you just honestly, I'm routinely shocked, okay? Because this is normally, you can't see, but I'm just wearing basketball shorts or some shit like that. So every week when I go out and do my grocery shopping, because, I just buy everything at once because it just reduces on a lot of waste. But yeah, when I go uptown and I just go buy stuff, I'm just constantly bemused by the just land whales that I am surrounded by. Now, I take good care of myself. I exercise every single day. I eat a very clean diet, okay? And I know that I'm a very rare individual in that respect. I'm just consistently shocked at how many fat people, and not just fat people, morbidly obese people I'm around. Not one person is attractive. Not one person can probably actively grab their toes. Every once in a while, you'll see somebody who is a mid-attractive level, but I am constantly disappointed by people's inability to just simply take care of themselves. And you know why? Because they don't put any thought in their own body. They leave it up to chance. They leave it up to these big corporations that are actively pumping poison into your body. So yeah, RFK getting rid of a bunch of toxic food dyes, That's a big W. Taking soda and and ultra processed foods off of food stamps programs, yeah, that'll make a bunch of people, I can't buy anything that I used to buy on my food stamp. I want to get some of my sweet water, and now I can't. What the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker with his goofy ass talk? I want to have my soda pop. Well, fuck you. You're a little bit inconvenienced at the moment, but guess what? Your taxpayer money is no longer going towards an early grave. Consider yourself lucky somebody gives a fuck about you. He's also criticized, going back to RFK, yes, criticized sedentary, technology-driven lifestyles in children and the overprescribing of medications. What is controversial about any of that stuff? Pratt continued, I've spent a number of occasions hanging out with him in a strictly family dinner kind of vibe. I really got along with him well, and I think he's great. He's funny, he's wonderful, I loved him, but when you jump on the bandwagon with the most divisive president ever, yeah, should have been Obama, but, he got glowing praise from the entire media echo chamber, but I digress. It makes sense that you're going to be made to look terrible. So I don't know what to believe about his reported policies. It's not like I say to Bobby, let's talk about this while we're playing cards or having fun or having dinner. I'm not just going to pick his brain to find out exactly which of those things are true. I just assume that none of them are for the most part. I wish him well. Pratt says his skepticism about what's reported about RFK comes from his own dealings with the media, where the actor has often been attacked for his Christian views. And yeah, this is where a lot of the criticism of Chris Pratt and about how he's in everything. Bro, why doesn't Pedro Pascal from that cabal of people get the same type of treatment that Chris Pratt does? It's fucking hilarious. Chris Pratt, yeah, he has the Jurassic World movies, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and then, also another little movie that's out there called the Super Mario Brothers movie. Billion-dollar hit after billion-dollar hit. He is an actual movie star in a time when the movie star is fucking dead, and people hate him because he's just a normal Christian conservative guy. I don't even know how conservative, but he's at least a little bit conservative because he has the audacity to simply say, hey, we shouldn't demonize people just because of who they associate themselves with. Fucking wild take, huh? Now, politics is a nasty business. There's a certain level of this in Hollywood because I've seen in Hollywood how a person that you can be such a contrast to that person that people being told are being told about who you are, and how you can go, wow, that perception is pure fiction. And sometimes with myself, millions of people are being fed that, and I'm not there to defend myself, nor am I going to jump in back on a mired story. There's this proverb 26:20, for lack of wood, the fire will go out. So somebody tweeted something that's not real, and 300,000 people liked it. Am I going to shine a light on the 70 million people, or am I going to shine a light of 70 million people onto this? No, exactly. Something that James Gunn is incapable of doing. You just take a look at that and go, that's interesting, and then you go on with your fucking life instead of being like a 14-year-old girl going, actually, Stacy says that I'm the best and that you're the fucking worst, you whore. Maher agreed with Pratt. Yeah, of course, because he can sense the turn of the tides, as it were, and now he's trying to cozy up because he wants to stay relevant to this fucking hack. People do not have access to something that we have access to. We read things about ourselves, right, people. But most people don't. So you go, there's much wrong about something where I know what the truth is. What you're getting wrong about this other thing. You can't really expect me to trust you after you said this and this and this. Maybe you're dumb and lazy, concurred Pratt. It sours the notion that sources not close to him say, no, they didn't. Okay, I want to talk about source close to me. Who says that? Yeah, exactly. And so Chris Pratt continues to get demonized by the people that are so hyper political, hyper partisan. Let's just say you're average MSNBC viewer, and look at their life and how it's working out for them. NBC drops its name from MSNBC as ratings plummet. Network is to become MS now. Yeah, that's interesting, huh? Because you can take a look at how their worldview has absolutely crumbled in recent years. Their simple tactic of tearing everything down without building everything up has given them this. Fuck with a side of all. You got everything that you wanted. And to paraphrase pirate software, and everything that you deserve. A lifetime of suffering. Meanwhile, the rest of us can just go back to living a positive, happy, and healthy life. Something you will never know. But hey, have Rachel Mancow go ahead and fucking screech disinformation in your ear. It'll at least make you feel good every hour of the day. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.